Hey, good morning, channel. Welcome back. It is 6:30 in the morning, and my goodness, that sun is coming up. Such long days during the summer. You got to get up awful early to catch a sunrise. Anyway, out this morning in the relatively cool temperature. Bike says 80 degrees. It's probably that, 78 or 80. And get out for a ride before it climbs up to close to triple digits today. If you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Robert White. I am a career accountant, CPA, CFO here in the Dallas area. But I'm also a lifelong motorcycle rider. I've had several in my life. And I'm an avid photographer. And once upon a time, this channel was called Robert White Photography. I did both photography content and motorcycle content. And not so long ago, I split those into two channels. So I have another channel for my photography. If you're at all interested, go find it. Robert White Photography. This is Robert White Moto, your one-stop shop for everything Goldwing, specifically moto vlogs and the like, and then reviews of products and whatnot. But I welcome you to my channel. For my return viewers, my goodness, thank you for coming back every week to hear this old guy ramble on his beautiful machine. And what a beautiful machine it is. Finely tuned, smooth, powerful. Absolutely love this 2023 Honda Goldwing DCT Tour. This morning I am coming to you courtesy of two cameras. My Insta360 Ace Pro. Hey guys, how are you? On my left handlebar facing backwards so you can see my ugly mug and what's going on behind us. And then the GoPro Hero 10 here on the right handlebar, so that you can see forward and get a little bit of the bike, see where we're going. And while I've pretty much settled on these two cameras and views and placements and audio, by the way, via my Sena Bluetooth headset directly to my Ace Pro camera, while I've pretty much settled on this, if I was to buy another camera, it might be that Insta360 Go 3S, that tiny little capsule of a camera that captures now 4K video, and I might put it right here because it's so light, so much lighter than putting a giant GoPro or Ace Pro on my helmet. So I need to reduce weight, and we're more on that in a minute too. Anyway, I'm digging this audio setup. I think it's going to work. Sounds good with my visor up, sounds good with my visor down. And so I think we're going to stick with it. So you're watching this video. Today is Saturday morning, by the way. July what? 12th? 13th. July 13th. And you're going to be watching this video on Sunday because it's going to be a two-part video. We're going to start out this morning on just a moto vlog, general moto vlog. Love doing this, love bringing you guys along, love talking about this amazing motorcycle and its capabilities. And speaking of cameras, I sold my GoPro Hero 7. Of the 3 action cameras I own, that was the oldest, but still performed very, very well. And you know, I never really pulled it out of my bag. I've got these two. Really never pulled it out of the bag. So I decided that rather than throw it away or just let it sit in a cabinet and never be used, that I would sell it. And shout out to Love to Fly, Kevin in Fresno. Bought that GoPro 7. He's probably out this weekend testing it out, getting familiar with it. And just does my heart good to know that that camera, which has brought me so much enjoyment and great content, has now found a new home and a new life. Thank you, Kevin, for your purchase, your friendship, for following this channel. Excited for what you might capture with that. And speaking of selling things, I might have sold my stock seat. Jury's still out. Got a couple of interested parties in it. So we'll see what comes of that. Right now it's safely secured in my garage in the box that this Ultimate seat came in. By the way, I'm loving this Ultimate seat. Loving the way it feels. Love the backrest. Certainly love the way it looks. Oh my gosh, I get comments about the way it looks. And the Ultimate Seat Company has taken my photos and using it in their social media marketing. That's kind of cool too. Anyway, hopefully get a new home for the seats soon. And so this morning I was on YouTube, which is kind of a morning routine to me, just looking and learning. And I came across a video just released by one of my favorite channels, Rich the Return Rider. Drives a Burgundy 2018, I believe, Honda Goldwing. Name is Ruby. Rich has great content on his channel, very educational, sometimes entertaining. Go check out Rich the Return Rider. Anyway, Rich had a video this morning talking about the new Flash, the ECU Flash that is available for the Honda Goldwing. Hello, Harley. How are you? Ride safe, my friend. Anyway, the ECU is, designed to enhance the performance of this motorcycle, and I'm no stranger to Flash upgrades. I did it on my 2012 5.0 Mustang GT that out of the factory had 400 horsepower, but I added, in addition to a tune, a K&N filter, a Roush cold air induction system, a 72mm throttle body, Roush catback exhaust. I have had my day of upgrading machines and am completely sold on the benefit and the value of doing that. That said, and while Rich makes great, absolutely fantastic, on-point points, an upgrade to the mechanics and the shifting and the computer of this bike is just not in the cards for me. I laughed on his video in the comments, said I'm that old man that everybody thinks these bikes are designed for, and while that is partially true, I do love my speed from time to time, but I'll tell you, this bike gives it to me in spades. I can't want for anything else. And I really need to be more cautious, I think, than the average motorcycle rider, because good gracious, I have a lot that depends on me to get home at the end of the day. So no, going 100 miles an hour plus, not really in the cards for me. While that might be exciting, it is not worth the risk. Not in my situation, not in my opinion. I fully support all you guys that love your speed and want to do that. Go for it. Live your life, as our friend Mac says with Gold Rider 1. It's just not for me. This bike does everything so well. If I need speed, man, I jump on that throttle and I am up and gone. I'm telling you. Just don't see a need to change it. Let's talk a minute about rear tires. Well, motorcycle tires in general, but rear tires. And I've asked on a few forums on Facebook what tires you guys are running. If you have a 2018 plus Goldwing and have had to replace the stock tires, what are you running? From my Facebook polls, it's either one of two things, mostly. Bridgestone, I think, leads the pack, followed closely by Dunlop. And guys, this is not a dark side conversation. Nothing against dark side, but if I replace this motorcycle tire, it's going to be with another motorcycle tire. Again, that's my own personal preference, and I support your personal preference for your bike. But I'm curious, if you do run motorcycle tires and you've had to replace the stock motorcycle tire, what'd you replace it with? Here's why I ask. You guys remember the video not long ago where Cruiseman helped me pull a giant screw out of my back tire and put a plug in it. That plug has remained in there and worked flawlessly since that video. I've had no loss in pressure on that tire, and it's just the plug is working just fine. Here's my dilemma. Soon I will be taking this bike to Colorado, and I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, how long has it been since I've been across state lines on a motorcycle? Way too long, and now I get to do it on the pinnacle, the top, the best motorcycle on the planet made for touring across state lines, this Honda Goldwing DCT. I cannot wait. I'm telling you, I am stoked. And what better place to take it than Colorado? The beauty, the curves, the mountain, the elevation. Oh, it's gonna be just epic. Anyway, I'm a little nervous about taking this plug tire on a trip that long. I don't want to be in the middle of New Mexico, and you guys that have traveled I-40 know what I'm talking about. You're out there close to nothing, and it's a hell of a long walk. Now, granted, I'm going to have all my tire patching stuff with me. I could repatch it if something fails with this plug. But what if it fails and I'm going 80 miles an hour on I-40? Again, we get back to this. There's a lot of people that rely on me to come home at night. And that is number one in my book. Number one. Above speed, everything else, number one. So, I'm thinking about replacing the back tire. And right now I'm leaning towards Bridgestone. That seems to be what a lot of people are using. But let me know in the comments below, if you've changed your tire, what did you go with? I am very curious. And how's it been for you? I think they're both good. Dunlop, Bridgestone, I think, you know, other than a little bit of softness and grip, I don't think there's much difference. Longevity, you might get a little more out of the Bridgestone. You know, that's not a determining factor for me either. I just want reliability. I want strength. I want the ability to handle the curves. So anyway, what are you riding? Oh, I hear the rumble of a V-twin, specifically a Harley behind me. Looks like a beautiful bike. You you guys can see it coming up on my left here. We are like-minded people. Get out on a cool morning and enjoy our machines. Later in this video, I'm excited, later in this video you're going to see we're going to have a surprise guest for breakfast. And I'm going to ruin the surprise. I believe a guy named Brian is coming out to breakfast in the morning. And what's exciting about Brian is Brian went all the way to Tennessee and purchased Cruiseman's 2018 pristine Goldwing. He was trying so hard to purchase that, and we all kind of rallied around and tried to help make that happen, and I believe it did. And excited for Brian. He's going to come to breakfast tomorrow, probably on Cruiseman's Goldwing. It's going to be a little family reunion. So that's exciting. I believe our friend Road Glide, you guys know Road Glide, the most supportive person on YouTube, without a doubt. Second place is far below. Sorry, it's a little noisy under this bridge with these giant trucks. Anyway, excited about breakfast tomorrow. That's going to be fun. You guys are going to see that here real soon. And last thing I want to touch on before I head off to breakfast is this organization I was just talking about, Children's Advocacy Center. Every year they hold a charity ride. They call it the Teddy Bear Ride. It's the last weekend in October. I'm going to put a link to that ride in the description below. Guys, if you own any kind of motorcycle whatsoever and you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, come out and join us on that weekend day. You know, it'll be around 8 o'clock. Kickstand's up around 9, I'm guessing. It usually is. But they have held this charity ride called the Teddy Bear Ride for, I think this is the 34th annual or something like that. I have had the privilege of being in most of them. I have had the super privilege of leading, yes, Grand Marshal. 2 of them. First bike, front bike. What a pleasure, what an exciting thing to do. Support these kids and get together with like-minded motorcycle folk and just have a good time. It is a good day, so y'all come out and join me on that day. It kicks off at IKEA in Frisco, I believe. But you'll find everything you need in the link in the description below, including pre-registration. It's cheap. I think it's $20 for a driver and $5 for a passenger to register for this charity ride. And you know, you strap a bunch of teddy bears to your bike, and here's what they do with those teddy bears. They collect them, and they get hundreds and hundreds of them, right? Because 700 to 1,000 bikes show up to this thing. When they have to, you know, the difficult parts of their job. Hello, bikers. The difficult parts of their job when a child is in distress. Man, a teddy bear goes a long way to soothing that distress. Or when a child visits the Advocacy Center, they can go in this place they call the Rainbow Room. No, the Rainbow Room is where they keep all the supplies. I forget what they call the room, but the room is packed full of teddy bears, and the child can go in there and just pick what they want. It's just great. Anyway, if you're up for it, they sell t-shirts for the event. There'll be coffee. I'm sure they serve breakfast at the event in the parking lot before we all leave. You guys join me. I'm there every year. I'm going to be there again this year. Would love to see you guys. Would love to have more of a Goldwing presence. There's Harleys galore. There's spiders galore. And there are a handful of Goldwings. I'd love to see more of you. So check out that link below. Alright, I think I'm going to leave you for a bit. The next thing you see will be me heading to breakfast. Something I love doing, and I'm glad you guys are joining with me. We'll be back right after this. Alright, channel, and just like that, we're off to breakfast. Sunday morning. God bless you all. What a privilege it is to open our eyes and start another day. It's a privilege that not everybody gets. So blessed to be up and on my way on this perfect riding temperature Sunday morning. Bike says 80 degrees. Again, I'm going to say it's 78. That might just be the wind chill. I don't know. But first, some gas. As I said, I think Road Glide will be joining us this morning, as well as Tom from Tom's Goldwing Adventures, going to be joining us this morning. Possibly Brian this morning. Brian is the man who purchased Cruiseman's 2018 Goldwing. You guys will remember last week I had a passenger, my son, and I was concerned about how he felt on this motorcycle on a freeway at such high speeds. Well, I'll tell you, he loved the trip. So much so, when I was getting everything ready in the garage today, putting the cameras up on the bike and whatnot, all of a sudden the garage door opens and my son's standing there. Dad, can I go with you? I think he really enjoyed that. It wasn't in the cards today because we're going to be doing some things after breakfast, but certainly happy he asked, and he will be joining us again from time to time. Okay, I know I said first gas, but I decided to get gas down here closer to Awake, so let's do that now. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 Honda Goldwing, formerly Cruiseman's, now owned by Brian, back here where it belongs, amongst its friends. That is fantastic. So happy to see somebody local got this bike, probably the best maintained bike on the planet. It's time for some coffee. The group's gone already over there into Einstein's, and then we'll go here to Awake once it opens up. My bike and Tom's bike, twins, both 2023, both burgundy. Man, let's go get some coffee.
There's a guy that bought this, another guy that lives in Person. This guy here. Yeah. This guy came.
far off like that.
Yeah. But it used to be Al's hammers, and they were good hammers. When you walk into the building, you're laughing because you and my wife never go to the other office.
Well, yeah, I've been coming laugh the whole time.
Okay.
And so,
Well, stop telling that story.
yeah, but when I got there, I was telling Chris, man, they were all of them were super nice.
Who's talking about you?
I was talking about the first time I walked in on this, the first time I came to breakfast with you guys. How starstruck I was.
4 hours later, probably the second best road, but have you guys ever been to like Yosemite? In Yosemite, they have something called Diablo's Pass. And they had one place, and they kind of got you, right? Like, oh, you want gas? You're going to pay, and that's the one that was $7. And it's like, well, I have to buy gas, or else I'm walking. So, well, there's no, but I did a high-speed run on the bike, and that went through the gas. So I think I went, yeah.
So Aiden, I'm going to need some money from you, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I second your There's supposed to be a limit.
You hear about that, David? The ECU flash?
Yeah, that's way too
Harley's been doing it for years, right? But that's super technology. Now, the Goldwing got 6 little higher technology. There's numerous things to think about. It's kind of fairly new. Just waiting to see what the reviews are. Who's all on their engines? Who's ruined it?
Wow, how exciting was that? Got out there and took a little B-roll of Cruiseman that he can use for his videos. Had a good time, had the biggest turnout for breakfast we've ever had. Some amazing folks. I will throw up their names so that you can see them here in this video. Anyway, thanks for joining me, guys, this week, and we'll talk to you again next week. Until then, ride safe, and God bless.